But if you look at what the markets were doing last week, it didn't look like there was a lot of pervasive fear.
Thanks, Contessa. I think what traders keep telling me is it's remarkable how quickly we've gone from panic and fear to all is well out there. You know, we've seen a record jump in volatility bets this month, people turning to the types of trades that would pay out if this market volatility continued. More than 1.5 million options trades tied to the VIX have changed hands on an average day this month. Now, that's the highest level since February 2018.
Okay, so VIX, the volatility index, does this mean that investors are betting on a choppy market to come?
So that was the hot trade this month. People were saying the VIX jumped to 65. Stocks had one of their worst days of the year. They were saying, we think the turbulence is going to continue. And what we saw last week is that there was quite a reversal in that trade where people pulled back from some of those bets and started once again betting that stocks would go up, that volatility would come back down. That's the so-called, popular short vol trade that we've seen out there, which rapidly came back in vogue last week.
How much does what happens at Jackson Hole, and not just the Fed chair, who is an adept and sophisticated speaker, but also from other leaders who convene there and talk to reporters on the side, how much will that influence the kind of action we see in the market this week?
I think that plays a big role. I think what might even be more important to watch is clues on the U.S. consumer. We saw, Walmart's CEO, those earnings really assuaged the market last week, where they were saying, we think the consumer is doing quite well.
Okay, well, then can Target turn that around? If Target comes out and has earnings that don't match what Walmart did, will we see a sudden fear re-injected into the markets?
I think what Target says, I think what Macy's says, what Dollar Tree says about the lower income consumer, which price point are people going to? I think that could be super important, especially because I think how quickly markets went from panic and fear to, everything is okay, shows you how fragile things are at the moment and how on edge people are about the U.S. consumer, about the U.S. economy.
The other thing that I wanted to add, we're expecting new housing data this week as well. How much do these other data points matter? The Fed Chair Powell has said it's data, not data points, that matters to the Fed decision making.
It really feels like investors are glued to every single morsel of data out there. And I think that's going to be key to watch, whether it's housing, whether it's earnings, whether it's Powell's speech. I think people are really, glued to every single morsel out there. So it's going to be a really interesting trading week.
Well, we've heard other guests say it in this particular hour, but it seems like keeping your seatbelt handy and ready to lock in might be the way to go.